All right. Hello and welcome to another of the Tabletalkers introductory character sessions. This time it is going to be for Jackson Stonewall, played by Robert.
Hello. We should really give this an actual name.
Well, we'll come up with a campaign name once I have everybody. For now, I just got the group name. You would like to describe your character?
Jackson Stonewall is a bastardized half-dwarf who stands just under 5 feet at 4'11" and a half. And if you ask him, yes, that half-inch matters. And typical of dwarves, he is very wide. He's just taller than average. Dark, stony gray eyes, black hair, medium length, decently wavy, with long long black beard. And the only real distinguishing feature, aside from having fancier clothes than most people, is rather than any sort of armor or anything that most dwarves would prefer to wear, his skin itself is a stony gray most of the time.
Okay. That said, we are in Diakov at the Stonewall Manor, where you have been living for however old you are, since your father brought you home from his, maybe not so, accepted relations that he had out of wedlock. As such, you've always had a little bit of a, in your general direction, but, you know, happens with the bastard of the family. Everything's been mildly okay. Aside from that, though. A while back, they brought in a lizard person waiter, which they thought was just brilliant. That you have come to befriend and know is Saltmire. On this particular day, your father is going to find you in your chamber and go, Jackson, I need you to go out to the woods with your friend, lizard butler guy, and I need you to get a few of the roots that he's supposed to be able to identify. We're having some relations over for a dinner later, and wouldn't you know it, your great aunt's a bit picky whenever it comes to her tea, and I don't have any of the crap in my cupboards at the moment.
He'll just scoot himself away from his chair, just looking over some of his supplies and books. Just point me the way and we'll get it done, Dad.
Well, I'm thinking that Saltmire will mostly do the job for you. Just, it's good if they see you're working instead of sitting here living the noble life. You know how it is.
Yes, yes. Even though some people should understand that the studies of magic are both a noble pursuit and one that's practical.
Actually, it's because I fucked your mom.
Yes, yes, I also know that. Believe me, I know that. You remind me quite often. Also, do I have to be sociable with Aunt? She's a bitch.
Not if you come in here acting like you're doing some work. That's the entire point of it. Now get out there and fool your idiot relatives.
Got it. And I'll go look for Saltmire.
I don't know where he would normally be whenever he's on his, off time, but if he's trying to maintain, full butler posture the entire time, he'd probably be, nonsensically cleaning something that's already clean.
Yeah, I'd save any of the experimenting stuff for the evenings.
Okay.
When I'm pretty well not going to get interrupted for the day for the most part.
Speaking of interruptions.
Don't do that.
Salt. Salt, where are you?
Down this way, Master Stonewall.
You know I hate it when you call me that.
Absolutely.
Anyways,
It's a sign of respect.
old man's got a task for us. He wants us to go gather some of those runes you have to study there.
Gather some of the runes to study.
That is said roots.
How so?
A rune.
You said what? A rune?
rune.
That is said roots for
Alright, does
tea.
he have a...
Did I say it wrong
Where?
thing?
root?
Where?
Like root. R-O-O-T, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said rune.
I didn't think I did.
Okay. I thought you said root too. I had a moment of confusion. I'm like, okay, I just misheard.
Like what? I'm confused.
Okay, no. Rewind time a few seconds. Yes, there's some roots for a special kind of tea. Apparently, one of my aunts is coming to visit, and she's very specific with her tea.
Which one? I might have had the... Remember that one. But...
They're all
Did he
equally
say a particular
judgmental.
kind of root? Did he say a particular kind of root, or just root?
He said you would know.
Which aunt is this?
The bitch. That might
Pardon
not
me,
actually
sir, but I don't
clarify it.
believe... I was going to say, pardon me, sir, but I don't believe that clarifies it, as we've established.
They're all equally judgmental.
Exactly.
Gertrude.
Ah, yes, Lady Gertrude. She is very precise and picky on the tea that she wishes to be served, but I do believe I remember which one.
Also, he said he kind of just wants me out of the house for a while to make it look like I'm busy. So, if there's anything else you want to do while we're out there, we're good to just fuck off.
Maintain the image of working and keep yourself out of trouble. At least as far as they know. Understandable.
Yeah.
Well then, shall we be off?
Quite so.
Okay.
I guess start towards wherever I know the roots are?
Well, it's going to be a nature check just to correctly identify things, but are you going at like a, okay, get the thing, go back? Or is it going to be like, we're getting the thing, just don't worry about it?
It's, the feeling I've been getting here is we're getting the thing, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Unless Stonewall would like to correct me.
Oh no, we're getting the thing. We're taking our time. Eric, actually, can I add a couple hand axes to the inventory?
Sure.
That way, if I need to cut something from far away, it's not firebolt and hope it doesn't burn everything.
You're a rich fuck, by all means.
Yeah, rich fuck.
I just realized I probably don't have my bow with me most of the time.
No, but if you're heading out into the woods, you can probably just grab it.
Fair.
Unless for some reason they're just like, you there, butler, shoot that thing against the wall.
I
I
saw
feel like the
a
only thing I can get away
fly.
with most of the time.
Kill it.
Take it out. No, that's what he has the daggers hidden in on his uniform for.
Ah.
Maintaining professional looks. A nature check, you said, though.
Yeah.
14.
You go out into the woods and kind of start looking around for things. It's not too long before you find the thing that you're actually looking for.
Grab some of it, get it ready. Well, I do believe that was much quicker than we intended, sir.
Is there enough of it for several matches?
Yeah.
Quite so.
Want to head down to the river and just have ourselves a lunchtime snack?
Sounds as good as plan as any, is Master Stonewall.
Assuming that Saltmeyer brings this tea kit everywhere, since we tend to do this.
I'm not gonna say no.
All right.
We are with enough years. I think he's aware of where this tends to lead.
Can I? Is there any like squirrels or small game around?
Every now and then you see a couple. If you're trying to hunt, though, just make a survival.
Yes.
And are you just beating it with a fucking axe, or?
I'm probably just throwing a hand axe or an axe at it, as to not light the surrounding things on fire, since we're in the woods.
Ah, yes, the perfect squirrel killer. A fucking axe.
We just walked out of the.
Matt.
Just walked out of the dwarven.
Master Stonewall. Oh shit!
Got it.
Just walked out of the dwarven mountains into the tree side of some place. Nature.
You guys aren't really situated like in the mountain proper. You're atop like a hilly area, so you are the highest like point in the area. But
hill dwarves.
There's no like proper mountain face. Those are more to the east.
You said survival, right?
Yeah.
Well, with a -2, I got a 14.
All right. Holy shit! There's a squirrel in that tree.
I probably should have said I was helping him.
Take your axe.
Okay.
It's still a 14. It would have still been a 14.
Take your axe. Ready yourself. Huck it at the fucking thing. Chop the fucking squirrel in half. Sticking the axe into the tree. And the various segments of the squirrel fall to the ground.
Pick up the squirrel, take my axe, pick a few sticks up along the way.
Quite a good shot.
Been working on it.
I'm sorry. Just hunting squirrels with an axe.
Well, I asked if there was any other, like, squirrels or small game or stuff, so if he had no other examples, squirrel it is.
Oh, okay.
Do what you do.
Well,
go ahead.
oh, go ahead. Nope. I was just thinking we were skipping down to the river.
I was to say, if we're just going down to the river, I'll set up just like a little small like TP fire style, and while he's getting the tea ready, I'll have a fire going and start getting the meat ready.
Alright, you fuck off and have lunch in the woods.
More like a snack.
Still.
It's just a squirrel.
Just a squirrel.
It was actually a dire squirrel.
My god.
Mighty throws.
Okay.
Anyways, that's fair.
So just kind of relaxing by the edge of the bank there. It's not too terribly long before you hear what sounds like a... I don't want to say mounted column. I want to say like procession of people on horses. From probably the path heading to your house.
Oh, that might be them. That might be them.
It wouldn't be very likely. After all, they were supposed to come in today, so... Alright, that went the wrong way. Anyways. They were supposed to be coming in today, so... Looked out, I still look up. Seems about correct. But that doesn't mean we have to rush back now, does it?
No. Suppose as long as we're back for dinner, that'll be fine.
After all, you have stirred up quite the trouble before.
And I will again.
But the question is what this time and when. I'm sorry, what?
just take some bite of squirrel.
Okay. You said spider scroll, and I'm like, suddenly I'm afraid. Okay.
74 descend from the treetops. Not this time.
Oh, Jesus. Well, how long do you think we should delay out here, Master Stonewall?
About how long was the walk here?
Probably like half an hour.
Let's just relax a few hours.
Looks quite as well for me.
Head back shortly before dusk. That way you can proceed with your duties. And
Ah,
I
yes,
cannot
can't
have
be
to
seen skirting.
and I cannot have to talk to anyone for as long as possible.
Yes, your family does have that effect on quite a few people.
I mean, I know I'm an asshole, but they're assholes before they knew I was an asshole. Probably why I'm an asshole.
This, of course, is a decent probability. The environment around a child does tend to influence it.
Fight a squirrel.
Munch.
Of course, that's probably where your language came from.
You haven't eaten much of your squirrel.
He says that. I've probably ate the whole half a squirrel in a bite.
When he wasn't looking, you just, gone.
Just
For
gone. As you say that and look down to an empty shish kebab.
Eric, to note, if you need passive perceptions, mine is 8.
I'll keep that in mind. I think I'm more worried about Saltmeyers than...
I know, but to note, mine is 8.
Just in case. Just in case.
Oh yeah, but...
Oh, so just passing the day away. Piddly things, small games. Seeing who's more accurate, you with an axe or me with a knife. Things like that.
Seems right.
I don't feel like today's the day to blow anything up with a new rune experiment.
Maybe if we headed towards one of the rock quarries, but we're already out this way.
Yes. Probably should be very careful with him.
Yes, don't want them to set another field on fire. That was quite an incident.
I didn't set a field on fire. I feel you've blown that a bit out of proportion. I set a log on fire, and then they ran with the log.
Yes, into the field.
But I only set the log on fire. They did the rest. I don't feel like I should be held responsible for that part.
No, but they're going to blame you regardless.
This is true. This is true. Am I like just a thought just hit me suddenly? Am I a giant crocodile man in the equivalent of a tux?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he's just like, this is gonna make me money.
Damn.
It works.
I feel like I need a hat, but I don't know what kind of hat.
I don't know. I can't answer that. A tall one.
I don't know. What's the what's the fashion of the time? Just what's the dwarven fashion of the time, Eric?
Armor.
What's the non-armored version, or when you're not?
Decorative armor. They're very much if
the only armor he has is just a massive cod piece that's just there.
Their culture is very similar to like the prideful, like family-oriented, like things you might see on like Star Trek for like a Klingon or something. It's very much like even whenever they're not in battle, they want to have various accoutrement of battle.
They're a warrior race.
Yeah.
Heavy.
I mean, I have my shield and axe, but his skin is his armor.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, same. Coincidentally, I should say.
But it's just like, that's the kind of stuff that they're like, okay, here's your fancy suit. It looks like it's like resistant to pain.
Okay, wait, idea. Idea. Just part of the casual wear is just one of those like fancy button-up shirts with like a frilly collar, except half the time he has like the top button or two down. It's just a fucking hairy chest.
And the hairs are made of stone.
Yes.
Ah. That's a new level
That
of
is
horrifying
oddly
that I hadn't...
intimidating, isn't it?
This has gone places I did not expect, but it's there now.
Yeah.
What style of helmet is acceptable? Because I'll have them with a helmet for that.
Basically anything's fine. If you want the more stylistic ones, you're gonna want something open-faced. And like... Go on.
Like a Roman gladiator, or like a Roman legion type with the feathery plume on top.
That's more for like... the more ostentatious occasions. What you're looking at is more like a stylized version of like... the Viking-esque thing with like the little nose guard, and that's basically it.
That works.
But does it have goat horns?
No.
To who? Goat horns or the codpiece?
To the goat horns.
Okay.
I didn't even hear the comment about the codpiece.
Yeah. Saltmire.
Yes.
Find it visible if I said biggest, dickest. Just looking him in the eyes. Eating squirrel.
I'm unsure what you means, Master Stonewall.
Dwarf joke must have gone over your head.
Or under it, as it were.
Hey.
Quite so.
I mean, what do you want from me now? Y'all are just hanging by the creek. I can't really...
I'm just trying to think what the hell? Okay. Anyways.
Movie
just,
reference.
yeah. Little... just piddly shit to pass the time this time, no?
Yeah, basically until it's time for us to head back, and then just kick out fire if it's not already just done, because, yeah, several hours, little fire like that's gone, so...
So probably not quite dusk, but getting on the evening side is when you want to go back inside.
I would just like to ask that I remain impeccable in appearance this whole time, apparently.
Of course. It's your fucking job.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if I went through the woods and sat on dirt.
Commit to the bit.
Look for random magical, any alchemical potential things I can use on the way back.
Are you an alchemist?
No, I just meant, like, magic stuff in general to find, like supplies.
Saltmire, you can try.
Saltmire can try. I guess if it's been requested of me, I have no reason not to attempt.
I mean, I was gonna look for it with my -2, but you're definitely better for this.
Saltmire definitely knows that Jackson there. Not a fucking clue about what the hell he's looking for whenever it comes to planes.
Do I even count as giving him the help?
No.
What am I rolling while trying to cover for Master Stonewall here?
You can make a nature check to try to see something that people shouldn't ingest.
14.
Around about this area, there's like stuff that you know will probably give somebody some stomach cramps if they have it because it's not meant for ingestion, but really nothing serious.
Oh no, we're taking that.
Oh, absolutely. Down that way, Master Stonewall. Grab some of them. I'll grab these ones over here. We can... stomach cramp galore for those, most unfortunate to ever ingest it.
Does it leave a taste?
Does
Yes.
it, Eric? A bit.
I have to mask it with something. We'll deal with it later.
Probably for the best.
Okay.
Oh my god. I already know where this is going.
So
and
you
I
guys-
don't know if I like it.
Now heading back to the keep.
Yep. I just wrote cramp plants.
Fair. You make your way back to the keep. The watch guards know who the hell you are. They open up the portcullis and you're inside.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Saltmire tries to smash
Oh,
the
they
wall.
must.
Doesn't work out.
Yeah, but I must get to my duties and get them done for the night before anything comes about.
Saltmire quickly runs to brew tea. Knowing that to brew proper tea, it must be simmered for a long time. And now it's getting near dinner time,
course.
so he's starting to panic.
Of course, can't be a cultureless swine.
So
But
Saltmire.
like any butler, you never see him run.
So you
If anybody's watching, he's only ever striding with purpose.
So you calmly walk to the other side of a thing where you can tell with your rogue senses that nobody's watching you. And then you fucking full on sprint. And then you get to where they can see you again and you calmly walk.
It's just the concept of, huh?
It's like
No
Jason in the
sense all the
Jason
time.
movies. He doesn't actually teleport. He waits till the camera's not on him and then he just fucking books it.
That's basically Saltmire as the butler. A skill all butlers must master along with the shortest route between A and B.
Okay, well Saltmire's going to go to the kitchen to start to brew some tea. Where are you going, Jackson?
I shall go. Let's say, is there? Do any of my weaponry or other such things need any polishing or refining? Any chips or scuff?
Well, I mean, there's squirrel guts on that axe.
I'll go clean that off.
Are you going to go clean it off in, like, the blacksmith area or something?
Yeah,
Alright.
and just see what he's making.
You go over there, the normal smith is not actually hammering anything because he knows that there's company and they don't want to hear the ting-ting at the moment. They might be having special conversations. And he's gonna look up and go, Jackson, hi. How's it doing?
Hi, Smithy. Oh, you know, just avoiding the family. Also, I just came to get some squirrel guts off.
Alright.
And sometimes you make neat things, so I just came to see if you had anything neat.
Not too much at the moment, I'm afraid. I got a standard assortment of stuff if you're for some reason wanting it, but I don't have any specialty items at this time. Starting to think about
no,
working on
that's fine.
something, but can't right now.
I just know sometimes you get requests from people, and there's some really weird requests.
You mean like that cod paste you keep trying to have me make?
Wait, if you didn't make this, where did I get this from?
You went down to the... You bought it. You bought it from
Someone
someone
else.
else.
He used to just stand there with a blank expression, just unyielding, flinching face, just in his head, like doing mental math. They said you made this.
Question, sir. Because I've worked in the giving things away for free portion of my life, too. Any irritation? Wait, you got that stone skin thing. I'm sure whoever gave you that was fucking pissed.
Oh, the implications.
Alright, well, don't get yourself in too much of a trouble. I don't want to hear it. This one's particularly shrill from what I remember.
That's why I'm in here with you and not in there.
Yeah, you still should probably make an appearance of some kind, though, just because.
I will, when there's food.
Alright, fair.
As with every time, it's occurring to Saltmire as he's making tea of, that asshole left me here to deal with them. And then he just goes back to making his tea because he can't get out of it now.
Well, I got a lot of things to think about doing, Jackson.
Yep. Just came here to see if the embers were still hot. It's nice to relax and sometimes just watch some hot metal.
Not tonight.
Alright. Well, if you can take off early, get yourself some rest.
Doing that now.
He'll just nod his head and leave him be.
Where you going? Where you going?
Oh, I heard you say like one noise and didn't catch what it was. Ah. I'll go over to one. I'll say, could it tell how many people are actually like showed up from the family by like the horses, carriages, etc. out by the front area or wherever they are?
More than is usual for a visit, and it seems that they actually brought some, like, armed people with them. More than, like, a standard guard.
Ah, man, this seems important. Okay, Stonewall. Just slap myself across the face, more like a stony hit than flesh to flesh. Just okay.
The immediate hallway here has a resounding clunk.
Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Do not be an asshole when unnecessary. Okay, I think I got this.
This is when I pass with a feather duster and brush the dust off from the impact as I take the tea in.
You appear from nowhere.
Perfect timing.
Oh shit, is this actually happening?
I mean, I can't stop butler powers.
Butler powers? I mean, it makes sense. To me, at least.
Stonewall's gonna pretty much just go to where everyone is. Dining hall, grand hall, whatever it is.
You go into your father's dining hall. Looking around, you can see the various livery of your house. There's a lot of, like, orange and gray as just this vision of, like, a stone aegis on a just orange field is everywhere. They really take the name and the symbolism pretty literally around here.
I will give them a proper greeting.
You mean like a bow, or is this a prelude to a joke?
No, this is a proper greeting.
Alright, well in that case...
the only one.
For the family.
In that case, you hear from the corner, "Oh, it's the bastard. Well, what are you doing here? And not out with the pigs?"
Just gonna look at her a second. Sorry, I was out learning to provide for myself some. Something some of you here seem to lack, but...
I can tell you
I've
that
simply come to greet the family.
we have been greeted. Did you bring my tea?
He'll gesture to Saltmeyer.
As he gestures to Saltmeyer, Saltmeyer is already over there. He's not stopping to talk.
Oh, hello, it's the wonderful little scaly butler of yours. They're so pretty. Well, you know how it goes whenever something comes from the bastard. You have to have them drink it first.
As you wish, ma'am.
Why, thank you, sir.
You know that implies you're calling the butler a bastard and not me. He made the tea.
But you were supposed to help him.
Yes, I killed a squirrel. And made a fire.
You see their face kind of contort a bit, like there shouldn't be any squirrel involved in tea.
I pour Stonewall a cup of tea.
And I'll just take a sip of tea.
It's awful. It is god-awful terrible.
I'll sit there and just smack his lips some. It is just the way you like it.
There is no way to make this tea taste good, is there?
No.
And he just sits there a second. You know, you really shouldn't underestimate his brewing capabilities.
I believe they brewed it exactly as I wanted him to. If it was done correctly. It was done correctly, wasn't it, dear? And she'll kind of look innocently at you, Saltmire.
Done to the specifications that you gave last time, my lady.
Good, good. We'll have to find something new. It just seems as though that they've developed an immunity to it. Oh well. Toss the rest of it out. I do not want that.
As you wish. I had to take care of it.
Thank you, dear. Now, as to what I was telling your father before. And they'll kind of turn a bit in their chair and begin speaking very, very quietly to your father.
Just sitting there with just his normal expression is just like a blank expression that you can't, that's hard to read anything out of. This is somehow like a magnified version of that.
I would just like to say at some point his cup disappeared.
He's still holding his hand like he had a cup in it.
I feel obligated to take out all the tea because she said take out the tea.
Very slowly over the course of their talk, he's just going to lower his hand back down. Not blinking, just same face, head doesn't move anything, just the arm slowly retracts back.
After a while, your father's going to look up and say, "Son, I need you to come over here."
Unscoot the chair and go over there.
Well, as your aunt is saying here, it looks as though we're going to have to foster your cousins for a while. It seems as though something's happening up north, and as a result, they're here for safety reasons.
I see. And do you know exactly what is up north?
The clans have been warring again, and it seems as though one of them is looking to make a bid for the imperial seat. The farther we are away from that, the better. Unless, of course, you have some sort of army hidden in your pocket.
Me? No. Saltmire? Maybe.
Just for a moment to look in your general direction, Saltmire. Just like, could it be? Is this possibly true?
As innocently as possible, continue my duties of cleaning and taking care of the tea and brewing a new set for those who need it.
He knows damn well you heard him and didn't say anything. So he knows you're playing.
Absolutely.
So it's just like, okay.
Father.
It's not real.
Father. What do you know of the sides of this conflict?
Well, for the most part, it's one of the clan leaders over there goes by the name of Rockalo. They subjugated some of the smaller ones around them, and then they started spreading their influence. The area of conflict is not too far away from your aunt's keep. Probably within...
Go on.
Go on. What was your question?
And the other side?
A little bit of everyone, honestly, because we can't get the idiots to band together to squash people that are actually working together, because they all want all the loot from the afterward.
And what can you say of this Rockalo's character, if you know any of it?
I personally don't know the Rock Hollow too much. They were a bit of an up jump. A while back, the Imperial fleet decided to reward someone for doing something, and then they've kind of lived quietly from then on. Until here recently, they seem to have, well, developed some sort of overconfidence along with a surprising amount of competence.
And is it all dwarves they have banded together, or multiple races?
Reports say it's mostly dwarven, as it should be, but you never know what they're doing in the dark.
So,
No gas ships have been seen in the area, so we're fine.
are we not of a noble clan, though? Should we not set examples for others? We shouldn't just tuck our heads in and tuck our tails between our heads and just run and just hide in some fortress.
Well, we're not. Your aunt's going back. She's just leaving her kids here, so just in case, she still has her family line.
How old does Stonewall know how old these kids are?
They are like young adults. They're probably a little bit younger than you are.
Okay. Well, I guess when they get there, we can have Smithy or some other ones get them trained better if they aren't already.
Well, they are now. They're just going about the keep for a bit. I guess you just didn't run into them on the way here. Fair enough, though.
Father, if you don't mind, I'd like to go see this man's character for myself.
Are you talking about Rock Hollow?
Yes.
Are you suggesting that you go with your aunt to defend her keep?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I want to go meet this man that is conquering multiple clans and subsuming them under his own, to see if he is worthy of such a leadership position. He's either with ruling some brute force and manipulation and some other sort of control, or he may be truly someone worthy of a general title and an actual great leader.
You're going with the single combat type route. A lot of them have tried that so far.
No. I'm not a fool such to just challenge someone to combat like that. No, I want to actually see how he treats his men, how he treats everyone around him. Us nobles are supposed to set an example, aren't we? If he's setting some example of tyranny, then we need to do something about it. However, if he's setting something greater, well, it might be better to peacefully join in with them rather than have unnecessary bloodshed.
Well, unnecessary bloodshed is the name of the game for them. A number of the keeps taken have been through subterfuge thus far. That said, though, once they take the keeps, they suddenly have access to the entire small folk of the area, and then the army expands. The problem is, a lot of these nobles around here haven't had a good fight in years. Their blood's turned to water. Half of them are surrendering just as soon as the other half are failing.
Odd question. At some point, could I have just butler powered through and given everybody a cup of tea when they weren't paying attention?
Not the trap kid tea? Yeah.
Yeah, the actual tea. Just good tea, not that
That, yes.
stuff they had me make.
Listen, she has to get her jelly somehow.
Oh, yeah. I know.
If anything, I can also wall out to go talk to other Dwarven clan leaders if possible. They might all view me as a bastard child, but damn it, if there's more iron in my blood than them, they are a bastard themselves.
You know my stance on that, but you know how the others are.
If they disregard my word as being a bastard rather than a man, they don't deserve their titles.
Son, I know where you're coming from. Really, I do. But I'll be honest with you. I want you here to help us. Because if they fall, we're the next stop on the way.
And if they fall, do you think we stand a better chance?
Mechanically, yes. Our keep is significantly greater than theirs.
To just have a deep exhale.
Our area is more defensible. There's a reason they're leaving a skeleton thing.
Father, if you would prefer to mount a defense, I could go to other clans and see if they're willing to join us.
He seems contemplative. We'll see.
Listen, if they're banded together, should we not band ourselves together?
We should, but anything west of the river is already fallen for the most part. And anything on the mountain, you know how those mountain people are.
Well, if they take everything here, even if we stand a good defense, they'll take everything around us. And then we won't have any, he'll put up parentheses, little folk to provide for us.
I have a plan. And you're a part of it. You're just gonna have to trust me for a bit.
And he'll bow his head a bit. Father, I'll respect your wishes on this for now. Just simply tell me what I must do.
I'll have Saltmire
Biscuit
deliver
says.
you. Go on. Hi there.
Sorry.
Speak of
It
the
was
devil.
just so quiet.
Speak of the devil. What is it, Saltmire?
Ah, biscuits, sir. Pass around a platter of them.
Oh,
Always comes with tea.
why thank you.
It was just so quiet I had to do something.
Saltmire.
Stonewall just takes the thing of just probably steeping hot tea and just
Oh
chugs
no,
it.
you've already had the tea.
Bring me in, please.
His butler powers include magically making objects be consumed by yourself.
I'm expecting things like sleight of hand rolls for this, and you're like, nah, just letting it happen.
Nah, Doc.
So
Expediation.
Saltmire, I need to speak with you later.
of course, sir.
It'll involve your special craft.
I look forward to it, sir.
Thank you.
And I'll go get another cup of tea for Master Stonewall. Well, the one that requested it, I should say. That's not very specific right now.
Normally you'd
Right.
use first names.
Can do. Sorry, for the longest time I was hearing Stonewall as the... I will work on that.
It'll be fine, trust me. Now, is there anything else that we need to really have to talk about, or is it time to eat?
Just looks at the aunt.
They'll kind of look down their nose at you.
Well, Gertrude, is there anything else we need to speak of?
Oh, could you go out and find my little darlings? They seem to be lost.
You lost your children.
They're in your castle. They're fine. But they don't know where the dining hall is because they're idiots.
Saltmeyer, could you send out a call for the servants to help find Gertrude's children?
Of course, Master Jackson.
Thank you.
I'll do so.
And and Jackson will just return to his seat.
Okay, Saltmeyer, you utilize your butler ability, so no roll needed, to go about the castle and find two individuals that... You know how Jackson looks a bit blank sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
These guys have it, but like to the extreme. Like a worrying amount.
Their will has been crushed.
Not so much that. It looks like there's just nothing going on upstairs. One of them's drooling.
So Saltmeyer in his head will lament for the future of this clan. A little bit. At least that branch of it. And then corral them in, saying, "Excuse me, young sirs.
Well,
My mother is requesting your presence."
we ought to go with the lizard person now. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Alright, let's go with the
But of
lizard
course,
person.
sir, I
now.
can lead the way.
Yes,
And I will take them back.
thank you.
But of course. Get them back.
They kind of weeble wobble their way through the hall and end up standing near their chairs.
Oh,
And they're just
I'll
staring
pull out
at
the chairs. I'll pull out the chairs.
the one that you pull out the chair for looks at you. Well, one eye kind of looks kind of at you. The other one just
Oh no!
elsewhere.
Wait, Eric. Eric, does the head even move or just the singular eye?
Just a singular eye.
But is this the time for the roots that we found?
It doesn't seem to
That's
know
all
what to
you.
do with the chair that you pulled out.
I want these two to be like barbarians with 20 strength and con, and then just like 4 intelligence.
Oh my god. Would the young sir like to sit, and I'll help scoot him towards the table?
They sit on the floor.
Stonewall's just gonna slowly
It's just-
creak his head over to Gertrude.
I was going to say, Saltmeyer's going to do exactly the same thing, actually.
Is the father as well.
Yeah, no, Jack doesn't like what's happening here either, and he's giving her a look too. And she'll just kind of pipe up and say, "They've been through quite a lot."
From you?
Oh no.
Are you sure?
My... Do you think I would do something to my own?
Yes.
Oh, you're right, but not this time. Dearies, please sit in the chairs. Thank you. And they'll very quickly just bolt upright and sit in the nearby chairs.
Let's see.
Right, well,
What?
I'll be back with you,
Saltmeyer-
Dennis.
Saltmeyer.
Shit.
Saltmeyer is at the. He's on the other. He's like across. So he's like across the table from me, right? With helping them.
Yeah.
Okay, and he can see under the table, right?
No, because it's short. He is tall.
6'4", and
I
you're
didn't, I
at
didn't,
a dwarven table.
I didn't know if he could see like, I didn't know if he could like how long the drapes were, or if he could see like the tiny bit of anything under.
Unless he's
over there.
bending down for something, or sensed a cobweb of his butler power, then no.
I'll just give him one of our signals that we normally get of just like look around, and just underneath the table, I will have prestidigitated the T.
Oh no. Okay. I'm preparing myself for the consequences now.
Are you? Really? Do you know what they're gonna
Yeah,
be?
I have to. I'm recognizing this moment like, oh no. As I said, I'll be back with your dinner in just a moment. I'm gonna go back and find the kitchen staff.
So, Aunt Gertrude, have you had any public relations or any other such sort with any of the magistrates or any other such?
Oh, have I been able to travel and see the proper Imperials? Oh, not for an age. Oh, I wish I could go there, though. But oh well. Living the home life and raising beautiful children's kind of time-consuming.
And what's your husband? What's her husband's name? She just wanted to make up something.
Her husband's name is dead.
Okay, I was about to ask, where is he? Actually, does Stonewall know, or just Jackson know dead?
Yeah, you would have been made aware of, like, various little details so as not to make a faux pas and have people mad.
Is there any other family here aside from this, or is it just mostly guards?
It's mostly guards. Larger family for you, there's really not much. There was a pretty serious conflict in the time of your father's youth, so most of his brood was kind of done in.
Killed.
Yeah.
Murderized.
So realistically, it's for the sake of actual family members. This is really one of the few ones that you still have. The rest of them you haven't heard from for some time. But as to the actual, like, other family members, really, it's just you, your father, and now your great aunt and her children. The rest of it's guard patrol.
So, any word from any of the, anything of the wizarding world recently?
Not to my knowledge. I also don't really keep up with that kind of stuff.
I just know a lot of high-level casters tend to
Oh right,
make
you
their
have
way
to
around.
touch, don't you?
He'll just point to his skin.
You know, it is a shame that you had to go and have a bastard, but it is nifty that they happen to have something like that. Looking over at Jack. He'll just kind of shrug, like, you can tell he's got the expression like, why you gotta keep bringing that up? He's just my son.
Ironic, isn't it?
Shame, you could have made a good head of this household.
Half-dwarf, yet twice the connection to the land and the earth itself.
Meanwhile, Saltmire's like, inbreeding, isn't it great?
And making tea.
Oh, absolutely.
Your aunt's going to kind of look around the room for a little bit, and then decide against something. We lost Robert. He'll be back. Are you back?
Question for you then.
I am back.
Oh, is he back?
Okay,
He's back then.
go for question, Matt. Then I'll repeat that. It's just what I said.
So this might affect my, how I do stuff. How much longer do I have left on my term?
Not long.
And how much does the head of house like this person?
He's quite attached to her. I know it seems that they have somewhat of an antagonistic relationship, but you know in the times that he's talked to you, as you've kind of ingratiated yourself because, like, learning the language and you're cool as fuck, runecrafty shit, that you've actually had, like, conversations with him. I lost Matt now! God fucking...
Wouldn't be a tabletopper stream without...
And then I went right out immediately.
Well, mine and Matt worked pretty well. Except for the end where the fucking bitrate died and we had to wait for the stream to...
Wouldn't be a tabletopper stream without technical...
How far did I get, Matt?
Okay. You got that he was quite attached to her.
Yeah, that's the gist. You know that what they really do is more of a front than anything else. They're really quite attached to each other.
Okay. It won't be a absolute. I was gonna feed her the shit tea again. But no, if he's actually attached, I won't.
Wait, are you going to give her the tea that you made earlier?
I was going to, but then you said they pointed out they were actually attached, and I'm like, it's probably not a good move.
Okay.
I like not being split apart or kicked out or a number of other things.
Alright.
Especially as I've literally been preparing all of the tea, so it will be guaranteed to come back to me.
And
There are
Jackson...
other servants that could make tea.
Well, yeah, but Saltmire is the best and they all fucking know it, so they let him make the things. And by that I mean he makes the things because he says so, and because Jack says so. Robert, the part that you missed whenever you cut out was your aunt's going to look around the room and you can tell that she's contemplating something, but then she decides against it.
I was gonna ask, I asked something when I had cut out as well, and how much, like, since Stonewall is, since Jackson is pretty much like the capped height for dwarves you allowed, what is the height difference between the dwarves here?
Your father is probably about 4 foot some odd. Your aunt's probably on the low side of like 3 foot some odd. She's older and a bit bent back.
And then there's Saltmire.
He's tall.
6'4".
Okay. So, what plans do we have for this entire situation? Probably cutting into whatever dinner is placed in front of him.
Well, I'm sorry, but we can't have that conversation over a loud speaking tone. It has to be very close, just simply because not every guard is worth his weight in loyalty.
Fair. And Stonewall will look at the guards around.
They all seem very intent, staring straight forward.
Good at that, at least. What are we having for dinner?
For dinner, there is a, like, it seems that somebody found a boar and they got to work as soon as they got the message. So this thing has probably been slowly cooking for a long time. Outside of that, there's various other like side style things, but everything's mainly around like accentuating that thing. So there's a variety of like wines and things like that on top of everything else. I don't really like to describe food all that much because then I'll get hungry and then I'll be sad.
Same.
And then you will suffer.
Yeah. So I'm just like, no.
Saltmire is pointedly keeping an eye out on the two sons, who are probably going to be using knives.
They seem to be watching everything all at once.
That does not look healthy.
You're right.
They have true sight. They see what's really going on here.
Ow, son of a...
God.
That hurt. So is it just the long, awkward supper?
Well, there's chit-chat if anybody wants to have any.
I don't think I'm allowed to have any unless interacted with first.
And you actually have a very positive rapport around here. You're allowed to talk.
You're the Alfred. You get to make snooty comments sometimes and get away with it.
Yeah.
But I gotta be very careful with them. They can't be outright and upfront. Just gonna... So at one point it'll just be like, grab the napkin and tuck it in on the two sons at one point, and just to be certain, you don't want to ruin your outfits.
Oh. Well, thank you.
Is it too late?
A little bit. And whenever they say thank you, the eyes center upon you, but only like the whites. The actual like irises are off in weird directions.
Saltmire is questioning if these are legitimate dwarves or if something has replaced dwarves.
Back to mind flayers. All right.
But
Round 2.
that's for another day.
Go on.
I was just gonna say. Oh no, that was for later. He asked about that for later, not right now. Never mind. I was gonna ask about the rune thing, but he wants to do that later. It said.
Saltmire.
Sir?
I'm gonna be honest. I've got to go to the privy. But there's a special dessert that I need to talk to you about.
But of course.
Come along.
Alright, I will follow along.
You head off to the privy tower.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Code for I need to talk to you and we can't hear if other people hear it.
Jackson in the room. Your aunt has still like a cheery countenance. Or not. Countenance is the wrong word. I need to figure out a different word. And that makes me sad because I really like that word. Cheery.
Trundle.
Well, Trundle
cheery
is
profile.
specific and right.
No. That's because I'm saying that because you made fun of me for Trundle for so long.
Well, that's because Trundle's an action and it's a fun action and I like to say it.
And now it is I who trundle.
Yes. But she still has like a generally positive posture toward everything.
Body language.
Yeah.
With
I need a
Maybe
one-word
passive.
thing for it that isn't posture, and I don't know what it is, and it makes me so sad.
Stance?
Yeah, stance really doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
I have 8 passive.
Yeah, I know. So it's...
Am I even able to tell?
Yeah, it's actually incredibly obvious.
Oh.
Almost like she's kind of playing it up a little bit too much.
I know it's rude of me to leave you by yourself here, but
You really shouldn't. We have such things to discuss. And besides, the children like your company, right? And they'll both just kind of look over at you and nod.
Yes, but if you don't mind, I'll be gone only a minute. I have something to, leave the smithy so he can complete shortly. If anything, I can get it in before he leaves for the day.
Very well, just be back quickly.
And Stonewall, go head off to the smithy.
Okay. Saltmire. You get
Yes.
over to the privy area, at which point in time, Jack will kind of look at one of the guards that's nearby and looking like they're trying to follow him in and say, "Not in there. Come on. Come on." And they'll, like, back up just enough. And you two will go inside, and he'll get the door shut.
I'm privy to the privy.
You are in the privy.
Yep.
At which point in time, Jack is going to go over to you and grab one part of your tuxedo and make it clear that you should unbutton it.
Alright. Will do.
And then he'll get it and put it down at the bottom of the doorway. And as he goes away, he'll reach into it and grab a notepad that you would have because Butler. And he will write in not a very good version of the little runic language that you are slowly learning yourself. Wrong. Dessert. And then he'll write a specific ingredient that you need to incorporate into it.
Oh shit.
And then he'll write the rune for safe, and then the rune for sun.
Sun, like, okay, we'd have to have sun, like,
Sun is
in
in
the
child.
sky, or sun is in child, okay.
Just because it's a runic thing, they wouldn't actually sound the same.
Yeah, I know. That's why I figured that's why I had to ask. Wrong dessert, a specific ingredient, safe for child. The wrong dessert was prepared. We need to make one that's safe.
No,
for
it's
our
like
sons.
wrong, period. Other thing, dessert, specifically this, period. Safe, child.
Oh shit!
And then he'll
Save son.
start, like, loudly going on about a specific type of dessert that he's looking forward to.
Do I recognize the ingredient?
You do.
What's the ingredient known for?
It is something that they have. It's not something that most people really have access to. Make a nature check.
Okay.
Just because this is one of the noodly things that you would know solely because of
Oh,
your
shit, 18.
past herbologist kind of dealy, Bob. Okay, 18.
18.
That is something that, whenever exposed to a shape changer, will cause a violent reaction.
Oh shit! So he wants this in the dessert. Okay. Just to make sure, Stonewall's skin thing doesn't qualify him for that, right?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's a dwarf.
I wanted to make sure. I didn't know what all fell under the definition of some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So a dessert with that ingredient and save sun. Safe or save? Or is it just kind of doesn't translate well?
You get the idea. He wants you to keep his son safe.
Okay. I thought just thinking that was it. I'm just trying to, like you said, rough runic stuff. It's kind of hard to get sometimes. Okay. I will prepare the dessert with the ingredient included once we're done here.
He'll put the notepad back, get you back your jacket. And he's going to put on his most cocksure grin.
Oh dear.
Open up the door. Look that guard dead in the eye and say, never mind.
I don't know. I kind of want to hear what you had to say.
A pleasure as always, Oldmeyer.
Oh, ooh, okay. I have business to attend to.
And you scuttle away.
How many daggers would you say I normally keep on my person?
Probably like 4.
Okay.
That sounds like a good number.
Now, my other question is there a spot I can hide my bow and other equipment so it'd be easy to grab if we had to make a run for stuff?
Not without being obvious.
Okay. Then I will not do that. I have most of my rune stuff, probably. Butler pockets are good for hiding shit.
Okay, Jackson, what you doing?
Smithy, is he there?
Yeah, just chillaxing.
Sorry to bother you on your time off here, but
What
I
you
had
want?
an idea.
Go on.
Okay. This one should be pretty easy. At least, I think it should. You're the smith, not me. I don't know if this will mess up some structural integrity, however. Can you get me a few axes that somewhere along, like, you can take the pommel off, and then inside there can be something such as healing balm, or oil, or other such things of use. A small containment area inside the handle.
Well, it's possible, but we don't really have a lot of functional hollow axes at the moment, and it would take a while to get that machined out that way.
Yes, I understand. I was just asking if you could do it, though.
I can probably start working on it whenever I'm allowed to start hitting things with my hammer again.
Yes.
Anything else you need?
I was trying to think of something for maybe a shield, but nothing comes to mind.
Alright.
But, yes, being able to put something in the handles of an axe should be pretty nice.
Hollow handle axes for getting things. I'll work on it.
Also? No, never mind. No, that wouldn't work. That might
What?
explode. No,
Alright,
it's me
what?
being dumb. Okay,
Go
I
on.
was thinking, like, if you put oil in there, that you could put, like, an opening to the blade or something, where if you, like, held it upside down, the oil would drip out if you flipped a switch or lever of some kind. And then you could close the switch, and then light the axe on fire, and then have a flaming axe, without having to use magic.
It would need one really fucking weird handguard, but it might be possible.
If you think you can do it,
I'll put it on the back burner.
thank you, Smithy. Okay, well, as much as I hate it, I probably should return.
Have a good one.
You too, Smithy. And he's gonna have his axe out, like, as he's coming to the room, just looking at the pommel. Like, he's holding it by the metal, like, the neck of the axe, backwards, just looking at the pommel, just in his head, like, yeah, this'll work. And then puts it away.
Alright.
And back to dinner. Are there any servants along the way?
Not many. It seems most of them are busy actually preparing things at the moment.
If I see any of them, I'll just ask how long till dessert.
You ask one as you're heading into the room, and they kind of retort with, well, that'll be up to your lizard friend.
Ah, yes.
Who went off to the privy with your father, so I imagine they'll be back before too long.
Ah, yes. Very well. Carry on. Carry on.
Your aunt looks kind of relieved, but I mean, you're kind of not in the position to really read too much into things, so I mean, it is what it is.
Before actually going back into the room, he's gonna do the same thing he did before, of just like, he's gonna do like a few squats, like shake himself loose some deep breathing. Okay, I can do this. And then just kind of nod his head, just like shake his head one more time and just go back in. Ah, yes. Sorry if I was gone a bit long there, but sometimes when you have a flash of inspiration, you just need to get the idea out before it fades.
It's fine, though. I will say that my darlings were a bit upset by your leaving, but I suppose it'll be okay.
Well, if they're staying here, they'll have plenty of time.
Yes, yeah.
I don't suppose they have any aptitude for the arcane arts, do they?
She'll just kind of look at one, and then look at you and go, no.
So, and you said they had some combat skills, yes?
Well, nothing such as a man-at-arms might have, but they shouldn't shame themselves.
I mean, if they're gonna be here, we might have to get them some arms. You understand?
You can pointedly see one of them stop what they're doing and look at their arm.
No.
You see, with the implications of what's going on here, if things should make it to this way, we might have to get them into some steel, even if it's just to defend themselves.
I suppose that is something that they should learn. But I'll leave that to your father's instruction.
We could probably have them taken to the smithy sometime relatively soon and get them measured up for the paddings and sizes needed to get their armor set.
Yes, of course, but after dessert, dear.
I mean, you're not one to stuff your face as much as I am. Just passing the time between waiting for it to arrive.
Oh, I don't think that we want to miss dessert.
No. Saltmeyer is one of the best butlers in the lands. Tea, dessert, biscuit, meat. He's just great.
Precisely. Where's your father? He should be back by... Oh, there he is. And he'll walk in.
Hello, father.
Saltmeyer should be making dessert as it stands now. We just have a while he gets things prepared in there. Saltmeyer, I would like for you to make a...
Shit.
This is a little bit weird.
There is a cooking utensil thing.
Yeah, but this is less that and more something else.
Craftiness.
He's got to beat stiff egg white peaks. Dexterity check.
Shit.
In the time since, you would have actually gained proficiency at cooking things. So go ahead and just have that.
Okay.
I want you to roll one of those and also a sleight of hand.
This is where I really need to do this right, huh? Oh boy.
Do not use the fuck up dice.
I am using my good die.
That's what you think.
The one we found at Lowe's?
No, a little black one.
Ah.
My cooking is a 22.
All right.
My sleight of hand is a 23.
Okay. So it's actually good, which is good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is not the time to be fucking it up. It's about time I got some luck after the earlier thing.
Out of curiosity, is your cooking expertise?
No.
No, I just now got it.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
One of the servants will come and say that dinner is being completed. And your father and your great aunt will kind of give each other a glance. And then your great aunt will look to you and go, "Well, bastard. Are you ready for dessert?"
He's just gonna slowly turn his head towards her, just once again creaking. I mean, that's what we were just discussing.
And you've enjoyed your tea earlier, right? Just to make sure.
Ah, yes. Saltmeyer's tea is the best.
Good. Actually, I meant the first one. That was absolutely terrible.
Ah. Stone stomach.
I see. You've always had a lot of fortitude to you. No. Jackson, dessert's coming, right? Yes. Okay. Well, and she'll kind of look at the other people at the table. I hope that this is as good as they say it is.
Out of curiosity, does his dad have, like, how's he dressed?
He is in, like, the not the ostentatious, but, like, the decorative battle garb. It's not really effective. It's just, look at me.
Yes. So he has, like, full plate on as well, pretty much.
It's not full plate. It's like great value armor.
Okay.
So, like, it's really not gonna stop anything. It just looks neat.
Yes. Does he have, like,
This is-
decorative weapon and shield or anything as well?
Yeah, but
On the walls.
Yeah.
On the walls, probably.
he's got a decorative axe, but you can tell that it would behave much akin to, like, an aluminum sword. It's not gonna do shit.
He can bludgeon someone with it,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
Poke him in the eye with the handle.
So I have a question for you.
Yo.
This is stretching it a little bit, I know, because I recognize the ingredient because of my previous work, but do I know much about anything on the shape changers?
No,
Because he wouldn't bring that up without an inherent risk of possibly them.
it's kind of a catch-all. You know that if something is in a different form, it can kind of cause it to react violently.
In this case, I'm more asking because Matt knows about this. I'm asking if Saltmeyer knows about this. Does, like, the silvery parts of stuff.
Huh?
I don't know. A lot of times with shape changers, as Matt, I know silver is an influence on them. I was asking if Saltmeyer might know that.
Not
Or
this
if
time
that's a bit
around.
too much. Okay, that's fair. I figured. I just thought I'd check and make sure.
Saltmeyer,
Can I
as
pick
a...
up like 2 extra daggers from somewhere
I mean,
along the way?
probably. Let's call them kitchen knives. And
Let's call them
Saltmeyer,
kitchen knives.
as a self-respecting butler, you would have, of course, made sure that the tea that you gave to Jackson was of standard quality, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't eat anything bad.
Well, no, I just meant, like, he would have been like, sip. Yep, that's what it's supposed to taste like.
Tiny bits, yeah.
Okay.
Because you can't just toss it out there.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't committing a terrible butler faux pas. You're also the poison
Oh, no.
checker. Come on.
Exactly.
Just put whipped cream on top of it.
It's fine.
Great as always.
Okay. You come
Really
in,
helps you relax.
Saltmeyer, with what equates to like a giant pie.
Okay. A giant pie. Very large pie. Cut slices. Basically, I assume I'm responsible for slicing and passing out dessert.
Yes.
Will do so. But I'm not sure where Saltmeyer normally would await things, but on this case, he's gonna await down towards Jackson
Okay.
after serving everybody's pies. I think it wouldn't be too unusual for him just because he gets along well with him, but
Once everyone is plated, your aunt is going to say, and now, as we do traditionally do, the first bite of dessert must be had by all at once. So, on the count of 3, let's dig in.
Is this actually tradition, or is she just saying something?
I am,
Well, I mean, your father's going along with it. You haven't heard
Okay.
of this shit before, but, like, I think that by now you're getting something's up. And also, I don't know if Saltmeyer's about to do something.
The
I'm
slight
just
eye-
readying myself for anything, because if I'm getting given the warning, hey, look, we're doing something that might make shape changers go apeshit.
the slight squinting of eyes, looking at both of them.
That's a fair point with the signals and stuff. Could I have signaled without giving it away too much to anybody to Jackson that something might be wrong? Not something complicated, just possibly something simple like trouble.
I think you know Jackson. I think the less he knows, the better.
He'd react violently immediately. That's
Yes, in
fair.
this particular situation, he might.
Still learning people's characters, and so is Matt.
I'll be your co-pilot butler for tonight. Hello.
That's fair.
There's a reason he wasn't like, okay, son, come this way.
Yeah, that's a good point. It'll be ready just in case. Jackson's always got his axe there and shield.
Just jump over the table and clothesline them.
Oh no!
But I'm assuming that, Saltmeyer, you also take your piece.
Oh shit! I didn't know I was allowed to eat included in the piece. But yes.
In this particular time, yes.
Okay, then yes.
Okay.
I probably have the smallest piece out of all of them, just because status, I would say in this case. But yeah,
Would anyone like to propose a toast? Tapai. A look around. Very
I
well,
think
then I'll
that's a
do it.
glorious idea.
Let us raise this plate, Tapai.
Give mine a slight raise as well.
Jackson, you can see your dad giving you the eye. And he'll raise his plate and say, kind of more solemnly than you might think, Tapai. Or Tapai. And then your aunt will just pick it up and go, I honestly do love my family. Tapai.
Is that a very truthful statement from her?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not her. Yeah, I was
Consumption of
worried about that.
pie.
And then Horror and Slobber over there are just, I have thing.
Going.
Yay.
Those are the two to.
Pie, 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 pie.
1, 2, 3. Everybody takes their bite. The 2 at the table begin to shriek. And you can see various parts of them kind of start to convulse, as though there's something underneath them that shouldn't be there. And then you'll see... What?
I'll let you finish your description.
Okay. And then you will see, kind of panically and violently, emerging from them, this small mass of some sort of flesh-like creature, tinted black by something that you don't recognize, begin very, very quickly making its way to across the table. At the same time, you can see all of the guards in the area kind of stop, as though previously they were being held by a puppeteer. They have since lost their grip and they have fallen limp.
Guards are down. This thing's going up on the table.
How far across is the table?
Probably about 10 feet-ish. But... What?
Are they heading at Stonewall?
It's more of an... I'll say it's more of an initiative call at this point of anything, because the second anyone does action.
It is. So it is.
I mean, if I say firebolt, I mean they could roll before me in initiative and be at the table already across to me.
Very well. Let's do it that way.
Okay, never mind. I was just gonna shout time. I was gonna grab him to move him or to run, but
I mean,
guess that's fair.
You have your
He has a
orders, friend.
point.
Also, I'm 250 pounds. I don't think Saltmeyer can physically take him out of the chair.
Listen, he's got a butler. Until
Alright.
he leaves this premises, he is a butler, goddammit.
To
They
be
are
fair, it's not
magic.
the premises. It's until he leaves service of the family, regardless of what's left of him.
They are magical creatures so long as they are in their lairs. Okay.
Layer actions.
Alright.
I have no dexterity.
Oh man. That's cool. Okay, so initiative calls. Go ahead, give him.
20.
Whale.
Alright. So Saltmeyer, you're first.
Shit. Is it going across the table at anybody in particular?
You can see that one of them is heading directly for you, and the other one is heading directly for Jackson.
Just gonna look down and just, Jackson, up! We're going! And I'll huck a dagger at the one coming across the table towards him.
Okay.
And start backwards as I do that. Towards the door. Basically, I'm just gonna get the door open so when he gets through, we can both bolt.
Alright.
But I need to make an attack roll for the dagger.
Does.
Plus 5, 18.
18. Okay, go ahead and roll damage. As you kind of pin it in place on the table.
Not great. Plus 5 damage. Because I assume I don't have sneak attack.
Yeah. And as you pin this thing to the table, you can see that it's kind of like wormy form, where you hit it with the dagger actually begins to split and diverge into two creatures.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, my bonus action's not going to be that then. Shit. I'm just going to back up and just get the door open, hoping he listens.
Okay, 30 feet. You don't quite make it because ostentatious dining hall.
But bonus action.
Yeah, then you make it.
I can't use it on anything else this turn.
Yeah, fair. Alrighty, now it's their go, and now there are 3 of them. And you're right there, and he's right there, and she's right there, and there are 3 of them. Hey, that works out.
One for each family member.
Yay! Woolaloo. That's a no. One of them jumps at your father. It splats against the wall, like an idiot. One of them will lose at your aunt. It gets her directly in the neck, and it begins to work its way inside of her. And one of them will lose at you. That is a natural 19. Which I don't think you have anything to say no to, do you?
What's the total?
It's going to be a total of 24.
Damn, they have +5 to hit. That's exactly the amount I needed it to not be. So no.
It's okay, you drank your tea. As this thing begins to burrow its way inside of you, you can see it start to react very, very poorly and erupt in a blue flame.
Any questions are to be had.
Your father will stand up and yell for you to go. And your aunt will deal with the fucking leech that's trying to work its way into her collarbone.
But is she a proper dwarvish lady?
She's fighting it as much as she can, but she knows she's buying time more than anything.
Her beard didn't stop it.
No.
Choke slam the leech.
And now it's your go.
You know what? She's the one being attacked. Let's shoot a firebolt at it and kill my aunt if I roll a 1.
Disadvantage.
Well, disadvantage because it's burrowing its way in there.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Lower the 2 there. What's my modifier on this? +6 does a 16 hit.
16. You
Yes.
will... Your firebolt... speaking of firebolt, does it have any aesthetic whatevers because magic?
Standard firebolt.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh.
unless you want to reflavor its color some.
Well, that's what I was saying. No? Okay.
Nah, standard firebolt.
Alright. It impacts this thing kind of along, like, its middle part that's still outside. That part explodes. And you see various small fragments of it. And you could swear that they're still moving just a little bit. And she's still trying to get the other part of it outside, but now the tiny ones are kind of doing their own
Fire
thing.
doesn't work. Thought fire worked. Fire does not work. 30 feet towards the salt.
30 feet towards where?
The
Towards
salt.
me.
Okay,
The salty boy.
I go that way now. Okay, fair. Salt, are you?
Yep, me. Shit, he's not quite towards me yet. To me, is he yet?
I have no bonus actions, so.
I'm waiting on him to get to me to the door, so I guess ready to action to dash as soon as he gets in within range.
Are you ready action
So we can just dash
dashing?
and get out the door.
Or, okay, fire. Okay,
Because trying to keep him within range.
okay, yeah.
Eyesight.
I didn't know if you were gonna like prepare an attack just in case and then catch up. But that's fair too.
Oh shit, he is a lot slower than me.
Actually, I have 30 movement.
But I have the bonus action dashing.
Yeah. So you have the bonus action, so you can catch up at your leisure.
You make a decent point. Is there anything nearby, like on a guard, like a pole arm or something? Like just not even pole arm, just a handle on an axe or something.
Yeah, on one of the guards relatively nearby on their flumpy puppet body, there
So
is
that's
a...
the thing. There's like.
Go on.
Go ahead. I was like, just grab something like to pull the door shut and run it through the handles, or just try to bar the door some
Yeah, there's a pole arm that you could probably use to bar the door if you wanted.
to see if that'll just slow them down any once he gets through.
Okay, so you pick up his pole arm. And then you meander your way on the other side of the doorway.
And ready to action when he gets through, slam the door, run it through,
Alright.
and I'll catch up.
Okay. It is now the unfortunate turn. Continue your burrowing. You do it. That's bad.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Yeah, you are burning to death because it almost worked. I'm sorry.
You gave them a chance.
I accepted her death. I accept her death before I even met her.
Now what are you going to do, Mr. Worm that totally fucking failed to hit Jack last time? My god, you're an idiot. This worm
and
wasn't
try to jump
playing.
onto the table.
It's just an idiot. It
We're
goes,
gonna come back to Jack. We're gonna come back to Jack alive because nobody can touch him.
it goes the other way and impales itself on a salad fork.
That's impressive.
Strategic placement.
It's Jack's turn. He knows the plan. He has a flair for the dramatic. One of the wall sconces that is near one of your guys' heraldic signs, he's going to toss his decorative axe at to try to bludgeon it just enough to where it'll possibly catch the thingy. That's enough. And you see your house's crest catch fire. And now it is back to you guys. Or, well, Jackson and
Stonewall. Jackson.
Father, come, quickly. Fire doesn't work. I just did that.
He'll kind of give you a smile, and then he'll lock eyes with Saltmeyer and nod.
He gets like a slight wink because he doesn't want to give too much away to Jackson.
Yeah. I'll spend a spell slot. To see, is that impaled one on the fork just chilling there? Actually.
It's sitting there going, God damn it, I've been impaled with salad fork. This doesn't really stop me, but this is annoying.
And what about the other one? Okay, one incinerated. Yep, I accept her loss.
She has like 50 of them going inside of her now.
I accept her loss. No. Dash. Action dash.
Where?
To Salty Boy.
Okay,
And out the door.
later. Goodbye.
As he passes, get to the stables. We can get horses. His accent slips a little bit as he's in a bit of a pickle and a rush.
As I'm running, I'm just gonna grab shit that I can take along the way.
Just like, oh, shiny golden cup, mine.
Loot the family fucking house on the way out.
Cramming shit into my own bag.
I mean, why not?
Burn my house down, will you? Fuck you, I'm still not poor.
Yeah. Ready to action as he runs past. Door
Full
shuts
chunk.
and I block it.
Not that time. Alright, you barricade a door and then you continue running at the keep of him.
Mm-hmm. Heading towards horses because something to get the fuck out quicker.
As you're going along, you see that basically everyone outside is puppeteered onto the ground.
Grab
Yeah.
as much shit as you can that won't weigh you down.
Only thing I would really want to grab is my bow if I can and my kit if it's on the way.
Yeah, relatively, you're quick enough. But together you...
Yeah.
I mean, you're also a butler. You just kind of there and then...
I like the mystical power of the butler.
Until
Player
you leave
actions.
this manor, you have superpowers.
Saltmeyer, I don't know what's happening, but if we're running here, take as much as we can. We might need money for the outside.
I mean, if Saltmeyer would know something valuable in light, he could just snag as we run past it.
A pouch
He
filled
might.
with 1,000 gold appears in your inventory.
I'm
Congratulations.
just- Meanwhile, Stonewall is just taking like axes and just other shit.
Yeah.
Axes, swords, just things that are expensive.
I'm not near as grabbing big stuff. If I grab something, it'll be small stuff that will weigh us down.
Along with that actual
he'll
pouch of 1,000 gold that you get. It's real.
Oh shit, is that serious?
Yes.
I mean, I'll say
Patch
he'll be
of 1,000 jewels?
1,000 gold.
1,000 gold. Shit. Okay.
Stony Boy will be grabbing other small stuff as well. It's just whatever DM decides is
Man,
along
if
the
you want, like, all the short swords, daggers, and, like, arrows from these guards, they're all yours, but, like, you should probably hurry.
way. It's pretty much like grab one, just as going.
Short sword on the way out and slap it on as a belt as I'm running, because I think I could do that on the run if I needed to.
As you guys make
Pretty
it out,
much.
as you guys make it out to the
Pretty much.
stables, go on.
Whatever you want to count as one movement time, just one thing for that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. As you guys make it out to the stables, Saltmire with your significantly smaller load, and Jackson with your I'm carrying things. Look at me, I'm helping. You see that a lot of the horses are actually puppeteered on the ground as well.
Shit! Master Stonewall,
There is,
Mr.
however,
Jackson,
one.
don't mean to be rude.
Standing there panicked. Frothing at the mouth.
Fuck. Master Jackson, I do suggest you get on the horse and keep going. I can run quite a bit quicker than you.
You sure the horse is fine?
It's either that or you have to run, sir.
I can run. I say,
Fuck it,
does the
I
horse,
can hide us
Eric?
better.
Eric, how does the horse look?
It looks like it's panicking, going, why the fuck did all my horse friends just fucking fall over? Am I about to die?
I'll take the horse with me. It might be about to die.
Oh dear.
Do you get on the horse, or do you just, like, grab the reins? It's an animal handling either way, I'm just curious.
I was gonna say, like, what do I even have in this? Ah, yes, -2.
Oh, perfect. Come on, you idiot. Punch it in the face.
Yes! Total of 18. Natural 20.
You,
The fuck?
you look at this horse that's freaking the fuck out, and you raise up your big meaty hand, and you slap it in the face. And it stops panicking.
Come with me, horse.
It understands.
Stonewall has that. I mean, not Stonewall. Saltmire has that moment of this is absolute bullshit that worked, but at least it did, and we could go faster now. He's had to deal with the horses before. That's bullshit.
Now, you're both gonna get on the horse, because it can probably manage it for a while.
To at least get a lead, if we can both fit, that sounds good to
Yeah,
me.
because otherwise, whenever they get up, there's gonna be a lot of horses that are looking for you, and that's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I just didn't think it'd be enough room for both of us.
Alright.
Alright. Where's the nearest land we can find safeguard at for now?
Okay, so getting on the horse and actually galloping away. The only information you have is that somewhat weird conversation you had with your father and aunt in front of all the puppety things. So you can probably assume that they were using a lot of doublespeak in that.
Out again, all I heard was galloping on the horse.
Ow. Galloping away on the horse, with really the only information you have being that odd conversation that you had with your aunt and your father. So you can probably assume, knowing that there was something up, that there was probably some amount of doublespeak in that. So you probably want to ponder that for a little bit.
But where do we go?
Well, I think first and foremost you want... Well,
Out.
I'm not the leader. Yeah, go, man.
First and foremost, out and away. We can get to the woods. Even if we can't ride the horse for a long distance or a long term, we can set it loose, and he can keep us. Saltmire can at least keep things hidden and make it harder to track.
So
I was
moving
leaning more
along...
towards the DM. Like
Set it off in a
like-
direction. After we get so far away, just try to, like, you know, set it off in a direction so it runs off, and if they're following hoof prints, that's what they're following.
If you're trying to hide somewhere nearby, you probably have, like, places where you would go to hang out, but, like, if you're asking for
Near-
action... Go on.
No.
settlement-wise, but like
Yeah,
which direction is the best place for us to keep going?
because that whole fucking place was taken over. Nearby is not going to be good.
Yeah, so like basically like if you looked at a map and just went like we can go from here to here to here to here, like where's the best, like basically towards the starting place for wherever you want us to go.
Well, currently, you are east of the great river that runs through Diakov and west of the mountains. This is weird stuff. I don't want to, like, outwardly suggest anything. Though, I will say that this is particularly strange. It might be time for Saltmeyer to talk to his herbologist again.
I mean, if he says
You mean that
something
place we
about-
have no idea where it's at?
Well, you know it's north along the river, or you think it is.
I mean, if Saltmeyer says away, that's probably where he'll just lead the horse.
Your contract was about up anyway.
Yeah, just... To him, I'll make this... Yeah, that's a decent point. The only person who knows who works in funky shit
It's
like this.
it's just choice paralysis is a thing here because where you currently are, there's a lot.
Yeah,
So that would be my
and we
suggestion.
don't really know what a lot of it, but that's a decent point. If he heard of funky stuff, that'd be a better part to start investigating.
And the thing that did something was something that you learned about during that. That said, though, you have no mushrooms. They might be mad.
Saltmeyer. Saltmeyer. if
Yes,
you know
Master
better,
Stonewall.
You can drop the master.
Possibly,
The
but
change in voice tone.
it's quite possible that I could, but I don't know if I will in the foreseeable future.
So, if you have any suggestions, I don't have many ideas. Personally, I'd like to head towards insert wherever the nearest, like, big magical area is.
I don't have capitals, but that would be the Dwarven capital, and that would be a dangerous trek over the mountains.
I have a slightly different proposition for you, sir.
Go on.
Do you remember that in my came from a village, not entirely sure where it is, but I do believe it's due north along the river. Was under the tutelage of a herbologist there who instructed me and helped me recognize the particular ingredients we were dealing with.
Now,
Caused that reaction with the shapeshifters.
now do recognize that area I just said is the same area that they said that the one dude was off rating.
I know,
Okay.
I know. I was gonna get to that bit. I have it written down in my notes right here.
I wanted to make sure that I got across.
Yep, that was gonna be the. However, that brings us closer to the conflict that they were fleeing from. They said.
Well, I wanted to see a test of Batman's character anyway.
Very well, I do believe we should ditch the horse though and send it off in a different direction. That way, if they're following hoofprints, they're not following us anymore.
You mean you're gonna
Fair
abandon
enough.
Stupid the horse?
Yeah,
Heartless.
absolutely.
Okay. Let's actually put a bow on this as much as possible. So we continue for a little bit here. Into the group. So, heading west and then north along the river. It's a number of weeks. And Saltmeyer, you begin to near the area where you found the hole.
As we get close to the hole, it's like, oh yeah, they might not let us without any mushrooms, but we'll deal with that if that happens.
Well, actually, looking at the hole, you can see that Looking down, it has been grown over in what appears to be some stony structure. Like the hole has been unmade.
Oh.
Hmm.
It looks like actual stone, not the other stuff I found down there.
But because you're looking directly at that point, you can tell it looks a little bit funky.
That is strange.
It's stone.
Rock doesn't grow. Rock doesn't grow like that, does it?
Not normally. Rock doesn't normally grow. They're rocks.
Well, this was a fairly sizable hole. Sizable
Maybe
enough for me
someone
to go through.
Maybe someone put a rock in the hole.
I have great doubts, as it was quite the drop in a very massive cavern down there.
Hmm.
Seems I might have disturbed something on my original trek through. It's grown over, though.
Are you sure this just isn't the spot?
Fairly certain this is the spot. Well, one thing's for sure. I'm not getting the mushrooms from there.
Think we should knock?
By all means, if you wish, but do be warning, that's why I had the tails of the fungal beasts and bone beasts.
Hmm. No, I don't like the sound of those.
I don't either. But from here, I'd have a decent grasp of where we should be heading.
Further north.
Is it north from here, where I'm headed to the village?
Yeah.
Or is it more of a... I thought it was more of a east or west direction from here.
There is a really, really fuck off big river that goes through the entire continent that's just basically a north to south. And this is the fuck off big river.
Yeah, I meant from this is the hole to the village.
Yeah, it's a bit to the northeast.
Northeast, that's the bit I had, sorry. Pretty close, just a tad off.
Hmm.
Shall
Are
we?
we actually at the river?
Yeah. It's big.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
Wait, do we have to cross it still?
no.
Okay.
But this river is probably several kilometers across.
Jesus.
It's fucking big.
Suck it, Mississippi.
Like, there is no fording this river. Period.
This
No,
is
he-
a boat
no, he-
only.
Yeah.
No, it's just looking across the river. Beautiful, isn't it?
You can't see the
Quite until you're drowning in it.
You cannot see the other
What?
shore.
Yeah, yes. Hmm. So, at some point we might need to cross this.
Well, at that point, we better hope we can find a boat.
I do have to question why those things decided my family needed to die. Hopefully my father made it out of there.
One can hope. Do keep in mind, as he was talking, he mentioned that it was a heavily fortified area. Maybe they were trying to remove a problematic one before the future held it as such.
A fortress doesn't do much good when there's not many capable people in it.
Fortresses do wonders against armies, however, infiltrators do seem to have their best bets of getting through.
Yes, quite so.
I was actually going to give him a bit of water to the warning for that later, but it seemed a bit late.
So, guide on to where we're heading next.
Very well.
And
And I'll lead.
I don't suppose we'll need any of those mushrooms, will we?
Oh, I sure hope not.
Did you bring your
How many
pickaxe?
years has it been?
Probably like 3-ish.
3
The second that they see him, oh, this motherfucker without mushrooms.
Slap!
gonna get hit with itching powder and so many fucking things. Son of a bitch went on a 3-year mushroom hunt and came back with none.
Came back with a dwarf.
Is that dwarf filled with mushrooms? No. Leave.
Fair.
You continue northeastward toward where your village was last located. Upon reaching the area, though, you find it looks like the village has moved.
Well, shit.
Not like destroyed remnants or like anything like that.
They actually
just
packed up.
They packed up and left.
Well, shit.
You know, if there weren't, are there like actual? But there's like remnants that you could tell they were here, right?
There is a singular sign that has in its center a circle with an X over it.
I don't think we're supposed to be here, Salt.
Well, we have no reason to be here now.
Okay. So, hole in the ground. Not a hole in the ground. Village up northeast. There's a signpost.
They do that.
You know,
move.
if we weren't friends, I'm sure I'd say you were just fucking around with me here. But
Quite possibly, but don't think
Then
this
again,
is the
I
time for that one.
no. He'll just pull out a chunk of whatever they've been killing and living off of.
Just from your pack.
Yeah.
Squirrel head. Delicious. Crunch.
Oh god.
Just pulls out a rock and starts eating the rock. Nutritious.
That's disturbing. Well, to the north is where the conflict came from. The conflict possibly brought about these infiltrating.
Any chance you can track? Any chance you can track?
What are you intending me to track? I can track rather well, but
Either this village, where it went, or we can just open up this map and pick a new place.
probably better picking a new place. Who knows where they left and how long they've been gone.
If we keep going too far north, we'll eventually hit snow. Wait, have we hit snow already?
Absolutely not.
No.
Okay.
Jungle area.
Okay. Well, if we keep heading north, keep going north, eventually we'll hit snow. I don't think you want that.
Well, if you keep heading north, you'll run into Raktesh or Attica, which are different countries.
Well,
Damn it. The only clue we have, if we wish to find out anything, is to the north. However, I'm partially obligated to keep you from the north.
if we can get by,
Saltmeyer, make an
we
insight
might
check.
be able to seek us.
Hmm?
Make an insight check. Make an insight check, Saltmeyer. You've been privy to some political things.
Oh, he's doing that.
Just kind of reflect upon the stuff that you overheard back then.
If we keep heading north,
6.
if we
21.
keep heading north, we might be able to find asylum in another country and explain to them the state of affairs here.
I was just realizing who knows what brought these things in. But 21, Eric.
Okay. More than likely, given the situation that you know now, and what Jack knew of his son, he knew that telling him not to go there would probably have him go there.
That's what I was thinking about because of the earlier thing of jumped on the table. So saying sit still, be here. I know, but that was just his partial thing. But
I just didn't want you guys going in
North.
the wrong direction.
no, you're good. I was still thinking about that one. I don't know. North seems like a best bet because even if they were hunting us, at least they would not be expecting us to walk towards them gladly.
Which, as dwarves, they really should be expecting us to walk towards them.
Are you entirely sure we're dealing with dwarves, though, Master Jackson?
No, I meant my family.
Quite.
But, as was stated earlier, seems like the metal in people's bloods have gone to water.
Or slime, in this case.
I hope Smithy made it out okay. And the rest of the butlers. Did you shout at the rest of the butlers on the way out?
No.
Oh. Well, I'm sure by the fire most of them ran. And the dead horses and men.
Whatever
Hopefully
it
they
was that
made it up.
puppeteered most of the horses and all the guards, it was not risking the case of the butlers also being puppeteered and drawing attention.
Fair.
But
You know, typically the best thing to deal with magic users are other magic users.
or well-placed arrow.
Or that. Hope we're not dealing with the undead. I hate the undead.
I picture this is just us bitching and walking and talking now.
Okay.
Yes. You know, I read in a book that if you kill one of those lich things, and you don't kill its, like, soul or whatever, however they trap themselves, they just come back.
Okay.
Well, might be able to prepare a few things for them.
And are you guys heading toward, like, the specific, like, keep that you know would be the home area of the people that they talked about?
Might as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're going north. We're basically hunting the rumors, is what it sounds like.
All right. So that puts you guys going that way. So,
We'll get the group together eventually.
Don't you?
As
You
Eric
never know.
slowly puts us further and further away on the map where we're supposed to be going.
well, let's see here. I need them on the southeastern part of Celica, and let's send them northwest. Everything.
Wait, wait, they're crossing the river. Wait, no, stop that.
You need to stop
Ah,
doing
shit,
this.
they're
Hey,
across the
hey,
river.
no, okay then. I guess we're over here now. Shit.
Gonna have to have two separate games for these two and everybody else.
Western Marches style. Here we go.
A warning sign appears just in the clouds of the sky. You are
You're
too
about
low
to
a
leave
level
the
for
game
this area.
area.
You are too low a level to enter this area.
Hey, dumbass, turn around.
That's a recommendation, right?
I like the idea. Then they're just on a raft and they're just hitting an invisible wall. It's like, what kind
God
of wizardry is
damn it.
this?
What the fuck? Stonewall, stop doing this! We need to go forward!
Stonewall is physically beating the air with an axe and deflecting off of it. This is bullshit.
Oh god.
Okay, well, you guys are on your
Safe
way.
to say that's our thing.
There's obviously something weird making its way around the country.
Why not go to its source?
Oh man, I hope they're dwarves. And not those things.
I quite prefer them, the dwarves too. At least if I have to stab one of them, it doesn't split.
You stab a dwarf,
Hey,
it
you know-
turns into two gnomes.
You know what would probably
Jesus
be a
Christ.
smart idea?
What?
Informing the Empire.
Possibly. Depends on how deep all this goes. Plus, we don't really have proof. Will they believe us?
They can go check the burning remains of my family's house. No,
Ah, but
they'll just shunt it off onto the sky. We're going to just see.
I was getting ready to say that the problem with that is burning house. Does not leave a lot of evidence.
Bodies can survive fires.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
but they'll find bodies, not what we're referring to.
I don't know, maybe that one's still on that butter knife.
Salad fork.
Salad fork.
It's possible, but if it was burning down, in fact, I don't think it would.
Hell, fire didn't seem to kill it. Stabbing it didn't seem to kill it. Whatever you put in the tea seemed to kill it.
Now what did I put in the tea? That's something to look into.
You do know that that's not supposed to do that.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's something to look into.
Like, you knew the other one was gonna cause something to do something weird, but what? That's not supposed to happen.
Oh, what
They're
was in the
allergic.
tea?
They're allergic to Earl Grey.
Wait. We all sip the bitter, nasty tea.
Well, you two did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time to look in.
I'm going to go ahead and call a session there if you guys on your way to that town that I'll name because I'm fucking awful with names.
I have one last remark.
Yo.
Saltmeyer, we should have kept the horse.
That is the correct thing to say. You left stupid to die. Maybe they're okay.
I'm never gonna hear the end of that, am I?
Not until I forget.
Oh, so I've got about 3 days.
Give or take. Maybe we'll run into it again by sheer coincidence.
I don't think I trust it if we did, Master Jackson. And now I can refer to him as Master Stonewall.
Jackson just fucking
Exactly.
decks every horse he sees to see if it's the same one.
Oh my god. Okay. Traveling north. Because some fucking asshole moved my village.
Well, they probably moved their village, in fairness.
Some
I know.
assholes, plural.
Fair, he's got it right.
And they moved a while ago.
Oh yeah, I figured from what you were saying with overgrown bits.
And the sign that they left behind basically means, yo, no, not here. Anywhere else, not here.
Connecting the dots, did I wake something up that crawled out of those holes?
Perhaps. You did leave it a rope, with a shiny cascade of light bearing down upon it.
I did! I really did!
Which way is freedom? Oh. Oh. Right there.
Hope those mushrooms were worth it.
They didn't even bring it back.
The fungus
whatever
are
they
among
did.
us.
Oh, goddamn.
Squiggle wiggle. Squiggle wiggle.
Alright. So next
Oh,
time it's
shit.
going to be another intro thing. Jackson, you're level 2 now. Yay.
Yeah. Sorcery points.
Saltmeyer,
But do I go to level 3?
not yet.
Shit. That's fair.
Alright. Excellent.
Saltmeyer just has 1,000 gold, that's okay.
Yeah.
God, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. 5 out of 6. Which means plus 7, so 12
Okay.
to 24.
How much? Jesus.
Well, I mean, when your entire
I'm
thing
a-
is based around fuck it, I want health, you're gonna get health.
Racial
I know,
bonus
but
and class.
I'm a fucking rogue and I have a better hit die and he's just skyrocketing ahead.
It's fine. You have runes.
I know, I'm gonna abuse the shit out of them if I can.
Good.
And now I get sorcery points, so I can quicken
That's
cast.
part of my stuff I wanted to talk to you about while I travel.
We'll take care of that off stream. So, until
Oh,
next
yeah.
time, be seeing ya.